Hello, hello, and welcome back to Finati Fantasy Kurisuturu Kurinikuru. That is apparently Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles in Japanese. So welcome. On this chapter, we're going to take on Rebena Te Ra. On the previous chapter, we've already taken on Chronicles and defeated one of the toughest enemies in this entire game, known as the Dragon Zombie, which I forgot his name in the previous video. Now we're going to see the intro of this new area. As I did mention a while back that Rebena Te Ra is a real area in the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Ring of Fates game. It is the main city, or hub I like to call. So let's enjoy this new intro.
Long ago, the four tribes once lived together in a glorious age of prosperity. But such days have long since faded from memory. There was no miasma, nor any monsters. The world was pleasant, until darkness came and choked the northern skies. They say that the golden age is gone, never to return. But I believe that we can somehow bring it back. I must believe, if I am to carry on.
The Golden Age is no more. What lies is here. Rebena Te Ra. Welcome, folks. Now I'm going to scurry on past these chests because they're obviously a trap. And Mog is very kind fellow. Anyways, our goal here is to actually open this door. You see a switch up there. How do you reach that switch? By going through this whole level. They make it a lot more difficult than you think it is, so watch out. And why did I say I just sneak past these two chests? Because one of these chests is a Final Fantasy favorite called a Mimic. This one isn't, as you don't hear a chime whenever you hit the chest with a magical spell. So you can see like a little extra wave coming out of this one, or hear a chime. This one's obviously a fake, and I would recommend to use a charge attack to get a spring on these guys. And that's your Mimic. These guys aren't entirely too difficult to take out, but in later cycles these guys will be tough. Okay, so you might notice that the whole area is kind of themed around like an Aztec Temple-ish type style. Yes, it is quite, in fact, a Aztec Temple-ish style here. And you can also see that you can kind of go inside these buildings too. Sometimes you can find chests in here. And let me just get out a holy spell just for these guys. The recommended 2 spells around this area is obviously Holy and Gravity. So you're not going to see much variation in this area, only because of the fact that it's pretty essential for survival in this area. You might also notice that I have an extra pocket. And that is because I kind of did some grinding over at Chronicles, and you might imagine how fun that was. And see, look at that. These you'll usually never find anything really important inside these things, but I could be wrong only because I haven't played the other cycles of this level. Okay, and obviously another trap with the chests. You don't really have to worry about these pairs of chests coming out very often, only because well, I just opened that one just fine. Only because of the fact that Final Fantasy doesn't want to try to give you too much trouble with these things, and I kind of like the fact that they are trying to make it a little more diverse in styles of approaching stuff. Excuse me. Okay, and these little new guys right here That guy just spat out some stuff. Are called Sonic Bats. Their attacks, they send out really high frequency attacks to try to attack you, and they're pretty weak in defense. So I have to use gravity on them. Their tougher cousins, known as the I think vampire bats, are a lot tougher because they are both undead and flying. So I'll probably see how to tackle on those guys because you have to cast both holy and gravity on them, which is really annoying. Now, why am I attacking all these little guys? Well, one of these bats is holding a key, and I need to get that one. And the one that's holding a key is one of these two closest one of these bats, because it's always the enemy that's holding a key is always the closest one to the door. And that's kind of like a small running theme about this game, and it's got to be this one over here. It's this guy. Now, I don't want to pull out logic here, but that key is obviously bigger than the bat, so let's just not use it for right now. But what am I doing? Why am I taking this key all the way back here? Well, for some reason, this area decides to try to pull a fast one on you. If you use the key immediately right there, then you'll get to progress to the area normally. But if you take this key all the way back here, you'll get to find a little extra secret around, or a little extra artifact that a lot of people don't know about. Okay, now these guys are just annoying. You can try to run through this whole area with the key, but you're gonna find yourself going up against 5 skeleton warriors. So I advise you to be careful if you do that, and it could also be the end of you. I keep on getting really lucky with the chest because I keep on accidentally hitting the chest behind me. I don't know how that works, but at least it's not a mimic. And right over here at this corner of my screen is a Selkie symbol, bearing evidence that this area was once an area full of peace and all 4 races used to live here. I did mention a while back that this area was also the area was the main city of Final Fantasy Ring of Fates. Now, a lot of people don't know is Final Fantasy Ring of Fates takes place before this game, before any of this miasma stuff happened. But what doesn't make any sense is that they have a level called Rivervale Path, and there's also miasma there, which makes you ask questions. But toward the end, though, it's just only a bonus level, so there's nothing really special about it, or it's just there for fun. Now, these guys are just annoying. And there's also a new enemy hiding right in the back, right there, called a Nightmare. And there he saw me. Nightmares can cast all 3 magics, Thunder, Blizzard, and Fire. Not too threatening because their attacks only shoot where you were. So, these guys are pretty easy. They shouldn't be a threat. Okay, this signifies the end of this small batch of enemies here, so let's put this key in its respective area and continue on. This is just what's really annoying about the game. It's sometimes you can seriously get ganged up on, and they can really kill you. Never really liked about that. I really liked this game before that. You also notice these rock formations. Don't exactly know what this is the point. What's the point of this? I mean, and talking about game storyline. Also to note is the game, the area, sorry. My Life as a King, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, that's a WiiWare game for the Wii, obviously, takes place after this game. So this game actually has somewhat of a timeline. I have no idea though where Echoes of Time takes place, or the new Final Fantasy game known as Crystal Bearers. Those two games, where they lie in the timeline is a complete mystery to me, and I think Echoes of Time takes place on a different continent or a completely different area or era. So, and I'm going to take this key all the way back to the area where the bats were. So I'm going to cut out and save you the trouble.